Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to a new day that is always filled with magic and miracles. And happy Labor Day to us in America. It's a holiday that's been observed for over 140 years or so. It was established as an honoring of the labor movements that tried to make the workers have fairness and good working conditions. And it ends up being a day where we typically get the day off of work. It sort of connects with the end of summer. As a kid growing up, it was after Labor Day that school started. But it's a day for cookouts and picnics and going to the beach and relaxing in whichever way you choose to. So for anyone who's not here in America, we send that energy to you. And maybe you have a day like this in your country, and you can send that energy back to us. So as I was out yesterday in my little town of Solvang, California, which has about 5,000 residents, but over 1 million visitors every year. It's a little town here in California that was established by people from Denmark. So it has this Danish flair to it. And people come to experience that from many different places. So yesterday, as I was downtown, there were hundreds of people milling all around. There was music playing, and people just generally happy and having a good time. And as I watched all that, I heard this song that I'm going to sing in part. It's Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. People dancing, people laughing, a man selling ice cream, singing Italian songs. Hey, come party, you'll be ringing. Can you dig it? Yes, I can. And I've been waiting such a long time for Saturday. Another day in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. Another day in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. People talking, really smiling, a man playing guitar and singing for us all. Will you help him change the world? Can you dig it? Yes, I can. And I've been waiting such a long time for today. Funny days in the park. Every day's the 4th of July. Funny days in the park. Every day's the 4th of July. People reaching, people touching, a real celebration, waiting for us all. If we want it, really want it, can you dig it? Yes, I can, 'cause I've been waiting such a long time for this day. I've been waiting such a long time for Saturday. That's how that made me feel as I saw all the people having a blast, doing their thing. It felt like a big day at the park, and I'm sure it's happening today as well, as everybody is probably out and about enjoying their life. And that's how we can live every day, a Saturday in the park. I feel like we're stepping so far ahead in so many ways, and yet we can't always see it. It's very subtle, but communication is changing. It's happening. We're delivering things in an instant as the signals come to us to pass on to other people, and messages are being delivered to us from other people. And it's so cool because they may not know you delivered it. You may not know where it came from, but all of a sudden you get a spike of a feeling, of an awareness. And so all that is building through each of us and through our communication to one another, all connected with smiles and fun and happiness. But the movement and the growth and the change cannot be measured. Where we are now to where we were then to where we were before then is astronomical. And if we look at it from that viewpoint, it allows us to give everyone space to make the same move that we are making without judgment, in peace, because it matters not the time. It is always happening behind the scenes where we don't always see how magnificent we are, how powerful we are, how gentle, and how much we pass on to each other every day in our own unique way. It's a marvel. And each time I speak to you, I'm speaking to you from that new place that I've traveled to. And the information from that place is different than the information yesterday. And it happens so fast, you can't always tell that there's change. So I'll share these words about my feeling about that. says movement and expansion. There's always movement and expansion. It doesn't matter if you are in a body or outside of your body, even when you're aware that you are at the right hand of your Creator, there is always more. For no one can know it all, because even Source itself is expanding. This is the natural process of everything. Cells in your skin and in your body die off and are replaced with new ones. Movement. Plants bloom, then discard their flowers, and then later bloom again. Movement. We are clear and steadfast in our perception of reality, and then there is movement, and our perception must expand to make room for the new. We may start to speak differently and use different parts or aspects of ourselves that have been dormant, all because of the movement that is riding in on the flow. Many times the new you is happening so fast, you can't recognize it yourself, but you will notice you are behaving differently in certain situations than you normally did. Think about a child going to sleep at one height and waking seemingly a quarter inch taller. Even as an adult, this could still happen to us in the physical, but all humanity has agreed with the science that says you stop growing at a certain age. But science cannot put those limitations on your true being. So you go to sleep with one height of awareness, and you wake up with your awareness a little bit higher. But it is so subtle that you can't see it. The closer you are, the harder it is to see. But when you go visit a niece or nephew or grandchild that you haven't seen in a year or so, you will say, wow, you have really grown. Only in that moment will the movement that was happening subtly in the background be brought into the light. Illusion. If we never die and are never born, we can see that fear and reaction are the greatest acts of illusion perpetrated upon humanity. It is an extreme picture, but if we can know that nothing is truly as it appears, this simple understanding will come clearly into focus. For every step back we take away from the closeness of what we see with our physical eyes and mind, we will begin to see another layer, another possibility, another path. In truth, everything that comes into your awareness is an opportunity for you, an opportunity to see your reaction to it, an opportunity to see how you can affect it, to see your mastery and power and become more of the you who can stand back and from a distance be at peace as you free humanity. If you can remember that no one truly dies and that what is coming up in your view is to show you the illusory nature of everything, while at the same time showing you the grandness of you, then you will have arrived at the place of your heart's desire. For everything will be seen by you in the perfection that you have always dreamed. And in that moment, you will realize that it always was. Here you will be the first of the new human, one who is able to live the life of your true being and eternal nature while still living in the world of matter. And now I'll read chapter 5 of This Life is a Hoot. In the meantime, your brain is fucked. Chapter 5, always leave them laughing. When you know, you can laugh. When you laugh, you overthrow all the governing forces that have infiltrated your sovereign authority. When you laugh, you are the most powerful version of yourself because all channels are opened and nothing is blocking the flow that lives within you. Interestingly, you cannot laugh and have a negative thought or feeling. You cannot be in pain. You cannot be in worry or fear. You cannot be in your mind or be ruled by the thoughts that come from your brain. There can be no doubt hovering around you. And you are completely abundant, lacking nothing. You also cannot, when you're laughing, consciously change another person's life. You cannot consciously use your magic to help anyone. You cannot consciously pass on any spiritual insight or consciously transmit anything that even your spirit may have communicated to you only minutes before. It is happening through a different channel. Because when you laugh, you are oblivious to it all. And you are in the rarefied air of spontaneity, freedom, and the absence of self. You lose self-consciousness. When this happens, you have very little control of the sounds that come out of your mouth, nose, and any other orifice that exists on your body. Know that in that moment, you are completely changing your cell structure and DNA, which restores and heals all dis-ease that your body has taken on from the bombardment of information about illness, death, and dying that we have received in most cases since the day of our birth. When you laugh, you unconsciously reset your whole system and clear the cache memory that has been stored in your body deep within the cell walls. Only a master can do this without laughter. So this effect from laughter was designed as a stopgap until you could remember that you are a master too. This is one of the great mysteries of the unknown connection between the spirit and the body. All our lives, we have craved laughter. We have sought it out at every turn and made things that should be serious completely hilarious. I was even told a while back that there is an archangel named Hilarion. And I can guarantee you that the one energy that created everything, formerly known as God, it changed its name to get out of a bad record deal, spends most of its day in full-blown belly laughter, primarily because, say it with me now, this life is a hoot. And it's all a big show filled with characters and actors that you would not believe. It truly is the divine comedy. So laugh more, make light of everything that you see, the good, the ugly, and especially the so-called bad, because it is the bad that has had the power to take you into dis-ease, to take you from your natural state of lightheartedness and joy to your unnatural state of fear and war. And when you go to war, you will just be warring with someone who is in the same state as you. That is why you were drawn to the information that they are delivering in the first place. The people or the message that you are warring with are the other side of the same coin that you have chosen to belong to. But the only coin that you should ever be on should say, fuck them on one side, and it's all bullshit on the other. So that whether it lands on heads or tails, your only reaction will be laughter. You cannot fight a comedian with your logic or your fear or your righteousness or your I care about the planet, I recycle pretense. They will see right through the hypocrisy of every bit of your bullshit. So I recommend you choose the best role ever created for this life that I call the show. And that role is to simply be the laughing observer, an observer of yourself and of everything around you, with the only reaction to those observations being laughter. Wild, uncontrollable, spontaneous laughter. If you but look around, you will see that this opportunity exists every second of every day. First, by looking at yourself and seeing the folly of everything you do, and then seeing that in every single piece of life that is here on earth, and for that matter, everywhere. Just remember that you are an aspect of Source, an immortal, eternal, spiritual being. Everything else pales in comparison to that. So how serious could anything really possibly be? Certainly not circumstances, certainly not death, certainly not anything in this human existence or anywhere. And even though there are things that we must address and speak about, in the end, there is nothing that can change who we already are, an eternal spiritual being. And whether you realize that today or 10 years from today, it won't change the fact that it was always true. So in the meantime, laugh, enjoy your life, and enjoy the show. We already know how this movie will end. Now things will loosen up, and the happiness that we desire will magically appear right before our eyes. When you laugh, you know. And when you know, you laugh. Within that statement is all the safety, security, and well-being that you'll ever need. Add to that an occasional bowel movement and a fart or two, and as they say in the northeast part of America, you will be all set. I realize that just about every conversation I have is laced with some form of humor, either sarcasm or just straight to the point humor. The things men do, the things women do, the things children do, and even the things animals do. There's enough material to last for 1,000 lifetimes. Everyone should just be walking around laughing and pointing. Look at this. Look over there. Did you see that? Tears rolling down your face, water running out of your nose as you unleash a snorting sound and have to quickly run to the bathroom so that you don't pee yourself. Side note, this is the most attractive version of yourself, and it has nothing to do with how you look. So with one laugh at a time, we are returning the world to the sanity of their lightheartedness from the insanity of its de-evolution into seriousness. Although this is all about laughter, you can always throw in a few profound words. Ha ha. But of course, we all know that the greatest wisdom originates from humor, because humor runs past your thinking mind and brain too fast for you to analyze how you were just changed and what just happened to you. Wow, this is some good shit. With laughter, we are unfucking humanity one brain at a time. This is where we are going now because it is time. Once again, the energy has come to the planet, is overflowing with effervescence like champagne bubbles, and we all will have the giggles. This is in no way without purpose. As I said once before, it is this laughter that will form the new communication system that does not rely on our overused and bulky words. So know that what I am telling you is all about magic. For many will receive what is coming uniquely to them to return them to their true self through this highest form of spiritual communication called laughter. So start them laughing, keep them laughing, and most importantly, always leave them laughing. Cheers. This life is a hoot. Now go and enjoy it. And we're off to a new place, a new level. As the old stuff gets thrown off the back of the truck. It's a beautiful feeling. Keep smiling, keep laughing. Always. Thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure. It's been a hoot. Your perfect life and your perfect health and your magic future awaits your arrival. I am David.